G'day. Another home gym session here for me today. We'll hit that squat workout that you would have seen in previous videos, but I have moved days. So this would traditionally be a Monday session for me. It's now Wednesday. That's to accommodate for the increased intensity of that treadmill interval session. So now that the speeds are starting to get a bit higher, I just want to make sure that I'm coming into that fresh on a Tuesday. So if I'm starting to try and increase the intensity on my squats on a Monday, it's probably not going to pan out so well recovery-wise for a Tuesday. So we're just flipping those and see how everything pulls up. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. Drop the volume out. Should be able to work up to some triples today at like 130, 135 kilos. So wish me luck. These squats are definitely moving a little slower than when I used to have this session fresh on a Monday. Not quite that same pop out of the hole, although that second set was a lot better than the first one. But again, I just wanted to use that as an example of just making sure that you're checking in with what the actual goal of your given program is. And for me right now, I'm focused on running economy and speed. So I'm not concerned with total weekly mileage. I'm not concerned with trying to get vert in. Like I'm not prepping for a trail 100 mile or anything right now. So I can afford to strip back that volume, push the intensity of my run, but at the same time, that increased intensity is going to have drawbacks for my lifting performance. So whilst I'm increasing the intensity, weight on the bar today, so still 5 kilos heavier than last week, I'm countering that by reducing the volume. So hopefully the more and more you engage with my content, you'll understand these two key factors, intensity and volume, are the constant levers that you're pulling on when you're managing resistance training and endurance running. So that's why periodization exists. Give yourself that grace. Understand that you can't just keep going harder, faster, and further with every single thing that you're doing, both with your running components and your lifting components. It's a one way to get to getting injured. We can sort of live in this twilight zone of probably like 2 to 3 weeks of doing all of those things at once, and you're just gonna get injured, or you're just gonna have to taper things so far back that you've probably wasted your time by overshooting anyway. So again, I'm gonna use that word, periodization. It exists for a reason. It's there to manage fatigue, and managing fatigue is very, very important when you're a parent trying to juggle all of the things, a relationship, a job, and then trying to fit in a social life, getting your kids to bed, trying to not let them wake up when you don't want them to wake up, all of those things. Just ensure that you're checking in with what it is that the actual goal of the program is. Good way to finish. Something else you may have noticed throughout this session is I'm not training overly close to failure. Again, we have to think about this in conjunction of my whole week. I've just done an interval session yesterday, backing that up with a strength lower body session today, and I'm about to introduce another new stimulus which I haven't combined, which is going for a run immediately after this. If I was going to go and try and tank myself, even on accessories, and then go for a run, I'm probably just going to be chasing my tail as far as recovery is concerned before I'm then trying to complete quite a fast progressive run again on Saturday. And again, this is only Wednesday and I'm already thinking about recovery for Saturday. But that's sort of the nuance that you can bring into this if you want to actually optimize everything that you are trying to accomplish. Otherwise, again, you're just going to have those couple of great weeks followed by months of disappointment. Well, that wraps up everything I had planned in here. I'll go get some more fuel on board, rehydrate, and get out for that little trot. I hope that the strategies that I've spoken about with respect to placing this session, adjusting intensities, volume, and all that makes sense, and that you can apply those to your own training as well, because I want to see as many people succeed doing what it is that they love most for as long as they can, even if that means taking their foot off the brake when they feel like they can put it on the accelerator, because you know, some intensity shaved off now can be volume and intensity gained later. At the end of the day, you know, if you are prepping for a particular event, you don't get any awards for, you know, PRs that are hit in the gym or, you know, a record segment on Strava. It comes down to what it is that you're actually trying to achieve, and your training should reflect that. We're out on the easy run now. I mean, just get a load of this weather. Nothing but blue skies. It's beautiful. So spring has sprung here in southeast Queensland. We get that few weeks, a bit of a lull, false sense of security that we've made the right decision, and of course this is where you want to live year round. And then another 3 weeks will pass. The humidity will get to a ridiculous amount, and you know, you'll be sweating your guts out at like a 6 a.m. run. But all jokes aside, it's really nice just to get out, cruise, and it's just a nice reminder of how engaged your body feels running straight after a gym session as well. You sort of forget that ramping effect that lifting can have on your running performance. So yeah, if you've never tried it before, I know there's a lot of people out there that will say, you know, oh, you should separate lifting and running, and yeah, that's true to a certain degree. But again, it's just like I spoke about that whole squat session. It depends what the goals are. And again, like the aim of this run, there's no PBs being set on this run. Just turn the legs over, get things moving, and everything's centered around Tuesday and Saturday moving forward. So that's where all the focus lies. The rest is just adding to my base. So yeah, we'll get out, enjoy this awesome weather. Hope you have a good week. Thanks for tuning in. And by all means, you know, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what it is that, you know, I can potentially help you with your programming, what sort of races you might be working towards. You know, are you new to lifting? Are you a lifter that's new to running? Let me know. Catch you in the next one.